Well, right now there is a lot of talk over the president-elect and who he will pick to fill his cabinet and his administration. And two names are already being floated. Former independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who was reportedly promised a position by Trump, and Senator Marco Rubio, a finalist to potentially be Trump's running mate. Now, Trump's transition team is laying out how and when they will follow through on campaign promises, including carrying out the largest deportation of illegal immigrants in U.S. history. So let's bring in NewsNation's Robert Sherman, who is following the Trump team, is live in Palm Beach, Florida. Robert, what do we know about how his transition team is coming together?
Yeah, Nichole, despite the fact that the election is just 2 days in the rearview mirror, we know that these conversations have been ongoing for months on end as to exactly what a transition to the executive branch would be looking like. In terms of the transition teams itself, we're anticipating that a couple of the former president's sons, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, will play big roles, but co-chairing that transition team, Linda McMahon and Howard Lutnick, they will be quarterbacking much of this operation here over the next couple of weeks to try and get things as ready as possible once January comes around here. They did put out a statement saying, quote, as he chooses the best people to join his team and best policies to pursue, his transition team will ensure the implementation of President Trump's common sense agenda starting on day one. And in terms of what that should look like, Mick Mulvaney, who was at one point the acting White House chief of staff, told our own Blake Berman this. Take a listen.
He has to also focus on what I call the executive agenda, the other things that are critical to him.
Okay.
Number one, immigration. Number two, tariffs and trade. And number three, and this is the secret sauce, this is the deregulatory agenda. And those four things together, I think, make up not only the first 100 days, but maybe the first 6 months, maybe the first year.
Bit over 70 days to go until Inauguration Day and the assumption of power from the Trump administration. But a couple things that we have heard is that, one, they want this to look different than it did in 2016. And second, they want to hit the ground running as swiftly as possible. Nichole.
All right, so they want it to look different, want to hit the ground running as soon as possible. Robert, any idea of who the former president, now president-elect, wants on his cabinet?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of rumblings about all this, Nichole, but it's a lot of names that you will surely recognize, especially names that have come to the forefront in recent months. You mentioned one of them, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., but you also hear other names such as Doug Burgum being thrown on that list as well, Marco Rubio, Dr. Ben Carson, Vivek Ramaswamy, Elon Musk as well. In terms of what this will formally look like, that is all still being hashed out, and nothing has been formally decided here, but you hear a lot of these names continuing to come to the forefront again. So that's what we'll be keeping a very close eye on. Nichole?
Yes, we will. All right. Robert Sherman live for us down there in Florida. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.